Well, hello everybody. We're doing a surprise live show tonight. The Queen said, "Let's go live," so here we are. She's gonna do whatever she wants. She gave me a list of stuff, and yeah, okay, whatever. And here you are, Sally.
All right. Hi everybody. As you can see, I was working on my laptop, but I haven't been able to find my way to the chat, which is fine. Feel free to put all your comments down in the chat, and the producer will tell me everything that you say. Um, as always,
We'll set up the chat.
we'll set up the chat. Okay. I was just not able to find my live stream for some reason. I refreshed it. Oh, I found it. Hi everybody. Sorry I look like Grandma on the laptop, but I am Grandma on the laptop. Okay, so go here.
This will be a good test to see how many have hit that notification icon.
That's right. Now, I put on a bunch of makeup, but I'm going to put my glasses on right now. That's right.
How about you mute that?
That's what I'm doing. I had to put on my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I had to put on my...
Oh no, my beverage is empty.
Oh dear. Okay, so we have one. Okay.
Entertain yourselves.
All right, so hi everybody. I see you now. And I'm going to put the pop-out chat so I can see all your comments here. But it's Thursday. Yes, I am here. I am High Priestess, and I'm here to kind of do a tarot blitz for you. There's so much happening in the news, and I want to just jump right into what we would call a grand tableau, which is French for the big picture. And I want to look at the big picture for Donald Trump because, oh my goodness, all the moving parts are in motion. You've got the January 6th Commission, which is still gathering evidence and still winding up for their fall preview. You've got all the little elections happening all around the country. You've got the Mar-a-Lago thing. You've got the Georgia thing. You've got the New York thing. He's just got everything, the whole world swirling around him. So I think that would be a good time to look at the big picture and see what's happening with the Trump until the end of the year. So without further ado, we'll get right on it. And I will be putting down a number of cards here and basically looking at August, September, October, November, and December. And the producer will note that the ones to the right of the screen you really can't see, but as I read, I will slide them over, okay, folks? So you will be able to get to see all the cards in this reading. You know, if for those of you who have been watching me for a long time, I've always suspected that he would eventually leave the country. And it's starting to look like that's how it's going to go. I was very interested to find that Jared Kushner, had gone to Saudi Arabia and came back with $2.5 billion. Had a pretty big business dealing there. So the Saudis seem to like the Trumps. Okay, so as I said, this is a grand tableau. So we're going to start out basically by looking at the big picture. So if you look at the big picture with what's going on in Trump world, okay, and I know it's hard to see, but what you have is you've got the Page of Swords reversed.
Slide them all left.
Slide them all left. Okay.
Just gonna get rid of your hedge.
Oh, yes.
Left.
Got it. Okay. So with this one, this row in the middle is just kind of giving us a big picture towards the end of the year. And I did say that he has he does have something on the go here. It's always hard with Trump because we always want to see him get his own. And I say it over and over again. I don't think that he will ever spend a day in jail. And I do not think that he is going to have to pay the price. It's kind of like everything Trump touches dies. Those around him will pay a heavy price. But even when you look here, now, right here, he's at the Page of Swords place, and he's not liking the message he's getting. He's getting a lot of bad messages, but then it goes right to the Chariot. So he is going to find a way to kind of steer this in his own particular direction. You do have the Page of Pentacles, so, as you get into the fall, he's going to be bleeding money. And so something's going to fall through for him financially, but I don't understand why you have something falling through financially, and then you've got the World and the Star. I suspect that whatever falls apart for him financially, whatever that loss is, whatever that fund is that he loses, he's already counted on that and planned accordingly. It's almost like, yeah, this bad thing's going to happen to me, but it's exactly what I wanted to happen. And when you have the World here, it kind of tells me this right here, when you get to the late fall, this is when I think you're going to find him leaving the country. And keep in mind, this is for entertainment purposes only. But like when you get into mid-fall, he's at the top of his game, despite the losses, despite what's been going on. He's at the top of his game. He's at the top of the world. But then you get this card. This card, it's called Temptation, but it's kind of like being asleep at the switch and being and not really focusing in on reality. And this is where I think the midterms come in.
Over.
Okay. So once the midterms come in, he's not going to get the result he wants. But again, even though his party loses, doesn't matter. He's still going to be okay. When you come into early 2023, he is on his next adventure. So we take a look at what August holds in store. In August for Trump world, I always felt like Ivanka was going to get pregnant, and I still think so. We are going to look at her a little later on, but I do notice that kind of crowning him is something new coming into his life, an Ace of Cups sort of thing. And it's right next to the Queen of Wands. And I very much well see Ivanka as becoming the Queen of Wands. She's coming into her own in the situation. And I do not think that she backs her dad at all. And I would have liked to be a fly on the wall for her testimony. Again, keep in mind, this is for entertainment purposes only. But when I look at where he's going right now, he feels trapped. You've got the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords here. He feels trapped, but he's kind of pretending to be trapped. I'm telling you, he's like Brer Rabbit saying, oh, don't throw me in the briar patch. He's got an alternative plan here. And August is not going to go so well for him, but within his family, he's going to have some good news. But overall, there's money loss, but a lot of the things that August is kind of a rip the Band-Aid off kind of month for Donald Trump, where he's facing everything at once. But he's coming up with his alibis, and he is pouring out money. He might actually pay his lawyers this time around. It looks like this one right here, this tribute card, is about, paying on your way out, but it's reversed. So it's basically paying on your way in before you get our representation. So he finds himself some good lawyers, ones that he actually has to pay. So this is not Rudy Giuliani. Again, keep in mind, this is for entertainment purposes only. And then when we move on into September, and this part right here is September. And September is probably his very best month. Definitely. He's even thinking about staying around and running. You look at the Three of Wands reversed, and it tells me that he's been making plans, but he's kind of thinking, maybe I can stay. Maybe I can beat this. And he's certainly pouring enough money into it. Okay, so then we get into September. August and September are actually pretty good months for Donald. You know, he pays his price, but he gets what he pays for, to the point where he thinks that he can make everything right. So look for him to be quite braggadocious, if that's a word, in September. You know, he thinks the world's going his way. I think when you get into October, yeah, you find things kind of turning sideways for him. You know, this is where things start to kind of come crashing around him. Because where he thought he could take care of everything right through here, when you look at him being burdened down here, and this would be in, wait a second, this is August, September, October. This is in November. November is when things come crashing down around Donald Trump. And this is where he kind of, his own illusions he has to face up to his own delusions. I don't think that the Republicans are going to do as well in the midterms as they think they are. But having said that, I don't think that the Dems are going to do as poorly. I really think it's going to be basically a wash, where the day after the election, you're pretty much going to have the same balance. Some of the states changed, some of the names changed, but basically it's still that same balance of power. And it's not enough. It's not enough. He needs more backing than that, because this is where he starts being told you have got to negotiate in good faith. You know, here he's at the top of the world, but once you get into November, he's being told by his lawyers, yeah, you have got to produce evidence and you've got to testify. Everything that he doesn't want to happen starts happening in November. And that's when he's also, you've got the Five of Wands here. And this is things starting to move fast. And I don't think they're moving fast in his direction, because when the wands come in and they're moving so fast, these aren't really good wands. Yet not for somebody that wants to be light on their feet. And there is this idea of childishness and tantrums. So November that's when things turn around in a bad way for him. And yeah, I would say once you get into, wait a second, September, October, November, once you get into December, right here, this is where he finally gives up. I think that you're going to find right around New Year's, he starts a new opportunity. He moves forward and he puts everybody behind him. So Donald Trump still gets a good fall, but once the elections go his way, he's out here. Keep in mind, this is for entertainment purposes only. I wish he'd do some jail time, but that's just not going to happen. Yes, High Priestess Tarot. I saw that was it's the last supermoon of the year. And it's supposed to be a real pretty one. I hope that things stay clear enough so that we can actually see it. Okay.
Ready for the next topic?
The next topic, and we're going to look at the Trump kids.
Thank you.
Sorry.
We'll be right back.
Oh, that was, by the way, that was All right, and we are back. So I wanted to look, just short readings, at what's happening with the Trump kids. Not all of them, just the three major ones. And we will do them just all at once, get them out of the way because there are a number of topics that I want to handle. This would be Eric, this is Donald, and this is Ivanka. So for Eric,
Can't go to that.
pardon? Oh, this. Okay, so when we look at Eric, and we've seen these before, it looks like, when we get this one, it's kind of temptation. And I really think that he's sort of waking up a little bit. He has some opportunities coming his way. I'm not sure what, because the King of Pentacles kind of talks about somebody who's a little foolish with their money. So I think that he might not have, I don't think he was a good, I don't think he tended his fortune very well. And it feels like he has a new opportunity coming his way, which is very fortunate for him. But I don't think that I do think that he's kind of stepping a little bit from the family. I think that you're going to find that both Eric and Ivanka are stepping away, and definitely Eric. He's got a new opportunity. It feels almost like they might call him in to be a pundit on Fox or something along those lines, because it feels like he's got broadcasting in his future, which surprises me, but there it is. Then we have Don Jr. Don Jr., I think, is he carries such a load. And he, how they say the sins of the father are visited upon the children. The sins of his father is definitely visited upon him, because it feels like he carries a lot, and a lot more than he should. And he's not in a position of strength, and he's not in a position to move forward. So he's the one that's going to be the big scapegoat here. Then we look at Ivanka. And with Ivanka, her world's kind of turned upside down. So she's having to reinvent herself. And you have this, the Three of Pentacles is telling me that a lot of the deals that she made based on her name and her attachment to her father are just kind of falling through. But she is a smart businesswoman, and she knows how to make her way through tough times. So I think she'll be all right. The cards are reversed. The next 2 years are going to be tough for her. And I think that she's going to find out who her real friends are. Okay, so okay, so next,
Now that you're back on the screen, your microphone's back on. I'm aware that you're ready to go back.
okay, so moving on, our next topic would be a general reading for Vladimir Putin. I've heard a lot of, just a lot of rumors about his health and and a lot of speculation as to what's going to happen to him. I think we kind of know what happens in Russia to failed leaders. So, not going to make it a big one. Okay, his significator is change. There's change going on around him. And the idea with the death card is the failed, is political change, because in the card, the king is dead, and and it's opposed by this idea of people celebrating. So maybe there is some health issues with him. We'll see what the rest of the cards have to say. But this is generally the idea that there is a change of government, of leadership around him, and it is one that seems to make the world happy. So. Okay, so when I look at this right here, there's 2 4s, and I like the numerology. So 4 is about the stability and the grounding and where you're at. And he perceives himself to be somebody who's building up a coalition. So he does have some smaller countries that are saying, hey, we'll back you up. So he thinks he has more support than he does. And I see that right here. Because even though he's getting promise and commitment, when it comes to delivery, he's not getting what he wants. He's not getting his satisfaction. He's not getting the bang for his buck. That big bunch of troops that was supposed to go in there, his generals assured him, we can do this, and they're still mucking around there. And so none of his support is working out for him. When we look at the short term, when we look at the near past, you've got that 10 of Cups. So when he first started, he thought he was getting exactly what he wanted. But again, you've got you have 4 individuals here. You have 4 individuals here. You have 4 individuals here. I think that he had 3 other countries that he thought had his back, because he figured that he was strong enough to be victorious here. Then you get into the near future and the way it's headed, and there you've got the 5 of Wands. With the 5 of Wands, first off, it's one of the few cards. It's all children. It's all adolescents, and each one seems to have their own agenda. So when I look at the mess that's coming up, it's almost like this war heats up, but it's more than one here. There's a lot of hands in the pot here. So I want to reserve judgment on that and go for the next row. So he sees himself as a liberator. And you know how he talks about, oh, the Nazis are here, the Nazis are there, and I'm saving from Nazis. He kind of believes his lies. He kind of believes that he's here to save Russia from the Nazis, or save Ukraine from the Nazis, or save whoever from the Nazis. The rest of the world, and when you look at this card, the main colors here are Ukraine's colors. And this is a card of hope. And when I look at it, I see that the rest of the world is actually hoping for Ukraine. And I get this feeling that we are going to see a change of heart in NATO. And those of you who have watched me for a while know that I had a vision about Ukraine, and the east side of Ukraine was just totally dark and useless at the end of this, all this. But there was something about reversal. I really feel like it's a reversal of NATO. Yeah, there is loss. He tried to take something that didn't belong to him. And there is a new day dawning. And he's going to lose what he took and more. And as the final outcome, you have the Magician reversed. So he really hasn't managed to manifest anything. There is going, keep in mind this is for entertainment purposes only. In the long run, I do see a change of leadership there, and that does make the people happy. But right now, he still sees himself as the liberator. I just want to put, he fails to manifest what he wanted to. But I just want to throw a few more cards. Yeah, a lot of losses through summer. Karma. Yeah, that balances out. Yeah, he does not get the results he's waiting for. And basically, when I see that justice card, the justice and the death here just tell me there's a change of political leadership. And karma is going to visit Mr. Putin in a big way. Okay, so I want to just throw a few cards, not for Putin, but for the country of Ukraine. I want to see what's happening with Ukraine. And I'm actually just going to leave it shuffled because it's very much the same topic. Clearly, Ukraine is Putin's swan song. And it's going to end on a sour note for him. Keep in mind for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so Ukraine does not see their past relationship. The past is not something that Ukraine wants to repeat. They feel like they've grown beyond what they used to be, and they feel independent and strong. The battle now, and it is costing Ukraine a lot. It's very, they're just farmland, people, resources, yada, yada, yada. All of this, it is costing them so much, but in the end, they will, this is a card of victory, but it's reversed. And I think that and it's right next to this card of sacrifice. So I really feel like they're moving forward. They're definitely moving forward, but it is at a cost. Despite the cost, you've got the Eight of Swords here, and the Eight of Swords reversed is a card of freedom. So it's like freedom from oppression. So the end result of this is there's more guarantees for Ukraine that this won't happen to them again. Although the price they pay is horrible. The price they pay for their freedom. Okay, so
What?
oh, I was just giving you a break so we could for the after.
We'll be right back, folks. And we're back.
Hey everybody, how is everybody? I'm so glad to be back. Anyhow, our next topic, moving on, we will be looking at Prince William and the future of Prince William. So let me just get a good picture of him in my mind's eye. Prince William. All right, and we are going to do my 4-card spread with Prince William. See how he's doing. Okay, so you have the Ten of Rods, and the Ten of Rods is a card of burden. You know, and when you look at him, he does carry a lot on his shoulders. And he thinks of his responsibility. He lives a life of responsibility and duty. And I'm not so sure that that's the life he would have chosen for himself. So as we're coming to this point in life, I get the tribute card reversed. And that kind of explains his burden. Because before everything happened, if you were going to rewind about 4 years, it was Prince William and Prince Harry, and they shared royal duties. Now Prince William carries a lot of that on his own, and he tries hard not to be resentful, but he is very aware that somebody left without, carrying their responsibilities. So he really does feel the weight of the world on his shoulders. So his passion. He's got a lot of his mom in him, that's for sure. It's one of his passions. He likes the idea of healing the world, helping the poor, feeding the world. A lot about helping the poor. And he will be able to make some differences there. So as he moves forward, he does have a life of duty in front of him. He will eventually become king. I can see him. That's a king-size responsibility that he's handling on his own. But he will be the guy that helps a lot of people. He'll get things started as far as making the world a more equitable place financially for everybody. Yeah, he's a good hard worker. He'll be a good king eventually. But from what I see, it looks like he's carrying the weight of the crown even today. And that's Prince William. And moving on to the next topic. Pardon me while I look at my cheat sheet. I do have the midterms coming up, but I did speak a bit about this. And if you guys don't mind, I'm going to skip over that one because I really think that it's going to be a wash. So I thank you everybody for watching live. And I wanted to tell you about about one of our very special upcoming events. So hi, Sally Diane here. On September 17th, I will be hosting an all-day tarot camp at the Queen's Inn in Stratford, Ontario. This camp will be good for the novice and the experienced alike. It'll be a lot of fun, and it includes lunch. The games and exercises that we will be employing at this camp are things that I've learned with my 50-year relationship with the tarot, decades of teaching, and my ongoing psychic journey. We want to be able to give everybody individual attention, so we will only have 8 students. So hurry up and sign up. Visit my website at sallydiane.com for all the information. It is in the classes section of my website. Tickets are on sale at Eventbrite. The event is $125 per person. Okay, so moving on. Can I answer a couple questions?
You can do whatever you want. It's your show.
Okay, everybody. Before we do the outro, I am going to answer some questions because I can see in the chat that some of you have been asking questions. Okay. Hi, Anna Cadillac. Hi, High Priestess. Mary Ann, Wave Killer. Oh, you guys are all here. That's so nice. Okay, so Dragonfire, are you still here? Okay, so Dragonfire says, got a phone call this afternoon and I believe it's a scam, but it's freaking me out. Will I end up in court? Okay, yeah, it did its job. I can tell you. Oh, I am too, aren't I? I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to yell. I just get excited and worked up. And oh boy, those scams. Ugh. They call you up and they think that, let's see, there's one for customs. And the one for customs does make it sound like they're going to haul you off to jail. And then there's one from Revenue Canada. And yes, so let's see, Dragonfire, if you're going to end up in court. So Dragonfire's phone call. And that is just a one-card thing.
All readings are for entertainment purposes only.
Yes, and you've got the Five of Wands. So, yeah, they're basically using your fear against you. You know, and they're counting on you having a little mind, but you don't. So do not give them any of your information. Okay.
Those bastards.
I know. Okay, so I'm trying. Is there any?
That's the only question there was.
Oh, okay. So. Okay, so.
So what's left?
Well, we have the. I did the Tarot Camp promo. Is that okay, or did you want me to do it again?
Well, we're live right now, so we're not doing that.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything else you want to do live?
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody who would like a reading with me, just call the spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293. I have readings appointments once or twice a week, and so you can schedule a reading in person at Stratford, Ontario at the spa near the tracks, or I do offer readings online. To schedule a reading online, just send me an email at thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com, and we'll set up an appointment for your reading. I can provide readings on Facebook Messenger, which is, I do prefer Facebook Video Messenger, but I can also do readings on Skype and Zoom. And finally, I thought that maybe we could do a Psychic Sundays promo. Bear with me, folks, and I think it's great for everybody to be here live. I'm glad to see you all. So anybody, okay, sorry folks, messed up there. We're going to try again. We are live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for Psychic Sundays Live, where I answer your questions. So remember, tune in to our YouTube channel, The Queen of Ooga Booga, at gmail.com. That's where you send your questions. Sorry about that, folks.
Okay, folks, that's it. We're done with our live show now.
Yes, we tried, and we'll try again. So keep a lookout for notifications, and maybe we will do better next time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye-bye.